everyone, and welcome back to DMG. It's a cassette tape. So what, you're probably asking. We've all seen one of these, and if you haven't, here you go. Be enlightened. You will remember this moment for the rest of your life. Okay, it's standard, it's boring. Let's step it up a bit. Alright, good artwork on the packaging. Looks pretty good. But when you actually take it out, it's just a regular clear tape with different colored plastic pieces and, a couple little silk screened labels. Although those do sound much better than, your standard tape. Alright, not mega interesting. But you know what is? Every tape ever made by this one company that you will never forget after seeing this video. That company is Reel Cleer. You've got your standard one, the AGX160. Looks like little reel-to-reel. Let's step it up a bit with the Color 160. It's the same as this, but it's purple. And then the coolest tape you will ever see, the Optics 1. There is no way I can demonstrate this other than to play it. You know that meme where someone puts something in something else and it plays sicko mode and it's really funny because it's 21st century humor? Well, that's what I'm gonna do here. Yep, that's what we're dealing with here. It's genuinely disorienting if you look at it for a while. And it's really, really awesome. I mean, just look at it. Why would you not want a tape that hurts your eyes to look at? It's beautiful. The sad thing is, these don't even sound that good. It's just standard, normal type tape. So how they make these is basically, I'll find a clear tape that's a better example. Literally all these tapes is just, you take a clear tape like this, and then just put a metal piece with this design. Yes, it is actual metal over this, over the reels. And it looks pretty when it spins around. It's really simple, yet ingenious. And it looks absolutely fantastic. I think now I should demonstrate the regular AGX160. I have 3 of this tape and 2 of this tape, but only 1 of these. So even though the box has been opened, it's no longer sealed, I don't want to actually play the tape, because these are rare. They often go for upwards of $60 on eBay, and if you get some of the better ones, which we'll talk about later, they can be upwards of $100. It looks especially cool in this recorder, which already looks like a piece of 70s spy equipment. It really looks like a miniature reel-to-reel. On this recorder, I mean, unless you know what the TC-D5M is, I would excuse you for thinking that I've got a tiny reel-to-reel on my desk here. But no, actually, it's just a tape. And you can actually see the tape through the little holes, which is, they didn't just paint the darker parts of the reel-to-reel on the metal. It's a great detail. They actually punched holes out of the metal. Like you can see my grubby little fingers through it. It's pretty cool just how much detail was put into these. But, again, today I'm looking at them only through the lens of sex appeal, because as I said earlier, they actually don't sound outstanding. Like, even the least sexy tape ever made, the Gold Star MTX 60, fun fact, Gold Star actually rebranded themselves to LG sometime in the 2000s. You know, a pretty standard looking tape, and it's one of the best you'll ever hear. Metal, and that's really what makes the tape. It's the actual tape itself. Now these might actually be re-spoolable with chrome or metal tape, and I would love to try that someday. Like if the tape ever snaps in one of these, I am taking apart, like, you know, a decent cassette like this, and I'm gonna try and spool it onto those reels. It would take hours. The thing is, all of the ones I have here are normal type, because they were probably the cheapest when they were made in the 80s, I assume. This is very 80s looking. The truth is, I could not justify the purchase of any of these, let alone the 6 of these tapes that I actually own, because they are so damn expensive. Like, just throw out those prices earlier. Oh wait, but you could get a pack of 12, which I will be showing on screen, for the low price of $600. That's only $50 per tape. That is a deal compared to what these normally sell for. You're saving quite a bit of money. Jokes aside, they actually did make better variants with chrome tape. The CRM290 and CRM246. 46, yep, 46. Usually they're called 45-minute tapes, and they've got about 22.5 minutes per side, but I guess that's got 23 minutes per side. These can be, as I said earlier, upwards of 80 and 100. The only variants that I am aware of this tape being sold in are the 3 I have here. Now this lovely lean color is not the only color that the color came in. There was also, I'm just going to throw a bunch up on the screen right now. There were many colors. This is its own tape. There weren't any other variants of that. Then there was a red and blue variant of the optics. But then the ones that I don't own are, of course, the red and blue one, and either of the chrome tapes. I don't know if the normal type tapes went above 60 minutes, but I can't find many that went above 60 minutes from this series, because I think those reels are just so bulky that it's hard to actually pack a lot of tape into these things. But the CRM2 series had gold reels and a little label right here that said they were pure chrome, which is just the coolest thing ever. But overall, I just want to say that I absolutely love these tapes. They are by far the best looking ones I have. And if all you care about, if you're not a personality guy, if all you care about is how awesome they look, personally, I mainly care about sound when it comes to cassette tapes. But the thing is, like, as long as it is audible with no dropouts or distortion, then I'm okay with it. Like, you can get a super high dynamic range tape like this that literally sounds like a CD. It sounds exactly like a CD because it's that good. But the truth is, normal type tapes aren't that bad. As long as it's not degraded tape, it's not going to offend you. It's just going to sound a little worse than one of these. And if you've got, well, what I have, if you have what I've got on this tape, I think I can play this. Sound quality doesn't matter that much. The cool part is watching the reels spin in your 70s spy equipment looking guy. Like, look, with the VU meters, the all black, this is just pretty cool. You can't deny it. Alright, hope you enjoyed that little cinematic. There's another thing I should mention, though, is that the reels, of course, spin at different speeds, unless you are perfectly 15 minutes into the tape, at which they would be spinning at the same speed because these are 30 minutes per side. Of course, because it's linear tape, and the size of the rest of the tape on the reel changes as you play through it, one is always going to be spinning slightly slower or slightly faster, often not even slightly, than the other. Especially with the optics tape, it can look really weird if it's your first time with these drippy psychedelic cassettes. But, you know, after a while you really do come to appreciate it, and it's just the coolest effect. Now, bit of a funny story. I didn't know how expensive these tapes were. I had no clue they sold for that freaking much. So after this video, I may actually try and sell some of the ones I have lying around. Now there are other tapes that are not made by Reel Cleer that look a bit like this, and you can actually get modern reel tapes. But if it's not made in the 80s, it's not as cool. Like, they just don't have the same aesthetic of, at the time, would have been cutting edge, but, you know, like this font, where it is both eye-hurtingly sharp, yet pleasantly curved. It really just, it's an entirely eye candy experience that completely mesmerizes me. Anyway, I think I've rambled on enough about these tapes. So I am going to wrap the video up here. But thank you everyone for watching, and yes, see you next time. Let me know if you want to see more, you know, analog videos. You know, videos like this one where I'm doing things that aren't boxes of ones and zeros, and in fact use absolutely no logic at all. But yes, that's it for this video. Thanks everyone for watching, and see you next time.